Welcome to another Boca Behind the Scenes. This is where we talk with some city employees, get a little bit of information about their department and what they do. And we're going to talk a lot about Veterans Day events coming up and also learn about how you can help out veterans in the community. I want to welcome Monika Amar, Community Events Coordinator. Hi, Monika.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you back. Captain Sean McGovern from the Boca Police Department is here.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Very good.
All right, so let's start with Monika. Monika, tell us a little bit about you, the department you are with, and how long you've been with the city.
Okay, well, I'm a Boca native. I'm also a veteran of this radio station, been on a couple times now.
Yes, you are.
So I'm the Community Events Coordinator, and that's under the Recreation Services Department. So I handle all of the major events and parades for the city.
So, Captain, let's hear a little bit about you. How long have you been with the department?
I've been with the department 24 years.
Wonderful.
Born and raised in Chicago, moved down here 24 years ago, and been here ever since.
Great to have you with us. Let's start with Monika. A lot of questions about how many years has the city been celebrating Veterans Day, and what have those celebrations looked like, and how to where we are right now?
Okay, so from my knowledge, the city has been celebrating for about 30 years. And generally, the ceremony has taken place at the Boca Raton Cemetery, just by City Hall. And this year, we have decided to change things up a little bit and, change from our usual, a little more somber ceremony to an uplifting ceremony to better honor the veterans in attendance.
And where is the city holding these events? Time, location, and all the details on that?
So the ceremony this year will be at DeHornley Park. It's 1000 Spanish River Boulevard from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then we have a concert in the evening at Meisner Park Amphitheater, and that's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Now, if folks come out, is there food, drink available?
Yes. So the morning ceremony, we are going to have a free breakfast for veterans that various restaurants have been gracious enough to donate breakfast items so that veterans can have a free breakfast on that morning.
That's awesome.
And then other patrons can pay a $5 donation to enjoy the breakfast as well. And so that's the food for the morning. And then in the evening, there are concessions available at the amphitheater.
Explain a little bit the new resource fair for veterans.
So along with, expanding the location, instead of being at the cemetery, we didn't have a lot of space. We've been able to add some new programs to this year's ceremony, one of which is the Veterans Resource Fair. So we have about a dozen organizations that are going to be coming out and having a booth, and they're going to be providing resources to veterans and their families. Some of these organizations are the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. They offer readjustment counseling for combat veterans. We also have Habitat for Humanity Veterans Build. So they offer free renovations to veterans who apply for a renovation to their home.
And can anyone come out for this, or do you have to be a veteran?
No, anyone can come out. The public is welcome. This is an opportunity for the community and families to honor and thank the veterans that we have here in our city and locally here in South Florida.
And here comes the question that I probably ask in all the Boca behind the scenes. What about parking?
So we're fortunate enough to have plenty of parking at DeHornley Park. That's generally where we're promoting is on-site parking. And then if we run out in the massive lots in DeHornley, we will be suggesting people go across the street to the Spanish River Library.
How are the partners of the event helping out, and who are they?
So one of our partners is the Boca Raton Airport, and they've offered a donation to the event, both of the events, so they're helping to financially support us and put these events on. They're also going to be in attendance at both events, so they'll have a tent, and you can kind of see some of their new programs. They are this year celebrating their 70th anniversary, so they're collaborating with us for the Veterans Day events. And then we also have another activity that we've added post-ceremony, which is with Connected Warriors. They're offering a free yoga class for veterans. Anyone who's attending the ceremony or anyone in general who's in the park on Sunday can actually attend the free yoga class. And this is to help veterans, combat some of the emotions that they have to deal with when they come home from combat.
Talk a little bit about the Forgotten Soldier outreach, if you would.
So this is an initiative I introduced at last year's Veterans Day ceremony. We carried it through to Memorial Day as well, and then obviously we're bringing it back for this year. So we're going to have a station at both the ceremony and the concert where patrons can write a letter to a soldier who is currently deployed, and Forgotten Soldiers then sends that soldier along with a care package. So we'll be collecting care package donations as well. So this is for soldiers currently in combat.
Thank you for all that information.
Thank
Really,
you.
really good. Captain Sean McGovern with the Boca Raton Police Department here, 24 years. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, your background, and where did you just came in as a regular patrol officer and
Correct.
worked your way up to captain, obviously.
Correct. Over the years, I tested out for sergeant, lieutenant, and eventually became a captain, which I sit today.
So tell us a little bit about how you're involved with veterans.
Well, back before I became an officer, at the beginning of my career, I was still in the reserves. I was in the Marine Corps Reserves from 1991 and 1997, trying to follow a history of my family of serving. A little bit of my background also. My grandfather and his brother during World War II, entered the Army as both officers. One went to the Pacific, one went to the European theater during World War II. And my grandfather's brother actually was killed in combat in Italy in 1944. So then it leaves me, my dad's brother during the Korean War enlisted in the Marine Corps and went over in the Korean conflict. Then I grew up in a Marine Corps family, knew what the Marine Corps birthday was before my own birthday, but my father served in the Marine Corps from 1967 to 1969 when he got deployed to Vietnam in January 1968 with the Marines. He was wounded 3 times. He's got 3 Purple Hearts. He's got a Silver Star and a Bronze Star with the Combat V. So it runs in my family. I take my kids. We travel battlefields throughout the country. Our favorite one is going to Gettysburg and walking the Gettysburg battlefield,
Right.
and thinking what those guys went through. Just last year, I took my older son, who was 16 at the time, to Normandy, and we walked the Normandy beaches in the footsteps of the, I guess you call them, the greatest generation, what they did for our country.
Sure.
So it leaves me, what do I do for veterans? Well, right now I'm part of a veterans organization called the Southeast Florida Honor Flight. We take veterans from World War II, Korea, and right now Vietnam to Washington, D.C. for the day. And let me tell you, if you ever met a veteran that took that flight, and if you don't believe in love at first sight, talk to these guys. These guys are amazing. They tell you your life story in 20 hours. And you got tears in your eyes for the sacrifices these gentlemen and ladies made for our country. It's heartwarming. Just it brings tears in my eyes to these guys, what they've done. We take them to Arlington, and most of these gentlemen in World War II are in wheelchairs, and they try to stand up when tap is being played for the changing of the guard. It just brings tears to your eyes. And it's like, I could stand, Sean. I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to. Like, I need to. Okay. So we try to honor them. We go 4 times a year. It's free to the veterans. We take care of them, pick them up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We make sure they get on a bus. We take them to the airport. We get them on a chartered flight, just the veterans and us, the guardians we call ours. And we take them to D.C., and they just have the time of their lives. These guys are in their mid-90s all the way to like early mid-80s.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your service and your family's dedication to serve the country and for what you do for Boca Raton for 24 years. Why is it important to assist our veterans?
We can't forget what they've done, whether they served in combat or stateside or Europe, whatever, any conflict we did. We can't forget what they've done. Basically they've written a check. Hey, whatever you need from me, it's for the country, for this, for our city. Everything we do now, voting, it's because of them.
Exactly. What does it mean to you and probably the veterans to have events like this that Boca Raton's put together?
We can't forget.
Yeah.
We can never forget what they've done.
Yeah.
Whether it be storming through rice paddies, the mountains of Korea, World War II, the Pacific, any battle we cannot forget. So, we got to learn from history. These are the guys, these are men and women that are paving the way for the new generation of these kids growing up.
What more can we do to help veterans in the community?
For me, take them on these flights. Let them volunteer to go on the Southeast Florida Honor Flight. Take them up. Let them go see what their memorial looks like. A lot of these guys don't have computers or cell phones. They don't have social media.
Right.
Let's get them up there. My goal is to take as many as I can, as long as I can. To show them they're always thanking me. Hey, thanks for taking me. Like, don't thank me. This is all because of you. This is your life. You sacrificed so much for us.
Sure.
So let's get them on these fights. You know, it's cost nothing to their veterans. Let them go see what their memorial looks like, whether it be Vietnam, Korea, or World War II.
Yeah. Captain Sean McGovern, police captain with the Boca Raton Police Department, veteran, and Monika Amar, community events coordinator. Good to see both of you. Nice to meet you, Captain.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Boca Behind the Scenes, where we peek into the city of Boca, where they're always doing some great things for the community, and we'll see you next time.